Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is showtime. We're back here with Karaxxus Skrittbane. He's been away for, I don't know, a month and a half, something like that, as other games popped up. And now in my preparation for the upcoming launch of Janthier Wilds on Tuesday, well, I figured it was time to bring him back and play through, well, get started playing through anyway, Path of Fire on him. As that's where we had left him. We finished off Living World Season 3. Excuse me. Just in time for Last Epoch's second season. Or first post-launch season. Or cycle, they call them, to come out. Inventory is not a catastrophe. That's good. It's not great, but it's not awful. Let's see. I need to read the mail from Ellen Keel. Think I did that. And head to Lion's Arch. Where we'll have a little chat, and I'll get on an airship, and I'll head off to the desert, and we'll see, I think it opens with an awesome series of visuals. Sparking the Flame, which sounds a little bit like pot humor. Not that I would ever lower myself to that. I would lower myself to almost anything that I thought was funny. Captain Ellen Keel.
Oh, good. You made it.
Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
Yeah, it's just me.
It'll just be me.
Evening.
Oh, one person. Against a god of war.
Shouldn't be a problem.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Taimie and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Taimie, she the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex.
Mm-hmm. She really does.
Funny to have a teeny tiny body with such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology. A remote communicator.
Cell phones.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing.
Indeed, Guardian.
I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
My
disappointment.
5th Guardian.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's
Seriously.
sarcasm meter.
I'm not well.
Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem, so we'll never be apart
I
again.
chose Guardian because I can
Bye.
pretty much, to a large degree,
Pretty typical.
go through the content
Well,
relatively
Battalion of my
thought-free
best is
because I
ready
have
to go.
played so much.
Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you
Oh, I
situated.
switch a lot, but if I
I'm
had a
loaning you
main,
my
it would
personal
definitely
airship to
be
get to
Guardian.
M noon. Keep
My
it in
most played
peace.
class
Heard you
is
don't have the
Guardian.
best
My
track
one
record with
character
them.
who has worked through all the content, all the
promises.
single-player content is Guardian.
Might be
So on.
smarter to get it insured. Best of luck, Commander. It's a powder keg over there.
I can
and that
play
maniac
Guardian
has already lit the fuse.
pretty well without giving it an enormous amount of thought. Passably well. Now, mind you, it is historically I've always played Dragon Hunter, which, except for a relatively brief time, was never the strongest spec by far. But it's the one I've played the most, the one I'm the most comfortable with. And my understanding is right now it's back to being at least okay, I think. Let's just vroom across the water. I'm vrooming. As you can tell, I have a cool vrooming vehicle here. Hi, Fidus. Fidus Faux Crush.
The Phoenix Dawn
I'm not
is
the
set
only
to
one
sail.
who has a
Glad you
penchant
could join us,
for
Commander.
alliterative
Thanks.
names.
How's the crew? Ships prepped, aid supplies are in the hull, and we've got a Lion Guard
voice
squad
of
for
Bram.
security. Hop aboard and we'll shove off.
Trying to not
But
sound
the
like
crew.
Bram.
You can speak freely.
Indeed.
Well, some people, not me, are
There
a
he
little
is.
anxious.
Karaxxus
mixed feelings
Skrittbane.
about
His
fighting
canon
God.
is that he was
We have
the
our orders.
dinkiest little cub in the
If you listen to the
Farrar,
refugee
and
stories, it's pretty obvious
they
whatever Balthazar's
other
doing
cubs
over there is a
teased that he
catastrophe.
couldn't kill a Skrit, and then
He was
they were
determined to take the
invaded.
dragon's
The
power.
Farrar was by Skrit looking
I
for
guess he's turned
salvage,
his attention to
and
crowd
Karaxxus here picked up one of the pieces of
And
salvage
apparently
and took a
doesn't care
swing
whose neck he has
and
to step
nailed
on
one
to
of the
get the
Skrit
job
and
done.
killed it, and the rest of the
When you
Skrit ran
stop
off.
to think about
Hence,
it, this is a god who
Karaxxus
turned against
Skrittbane.
us. It's hard to swallow.
I suppose we'll just have to stop him from killing it and get ourselves some answers.
Oh, don't even get me started on sparing the dragons.
Believe me, I'm still coming to terms with it too. Hopefully Timey can prove it. And soon.
Then I'll hold my tongue on that and let you focus on Balthazar and his forge.
Okay.
Let me guess.
8 of your 9 are Char.
It's what the refugees call his army. Tough
I have
customers
more
by the
humans
sound
than
of it.
anything by a chunk.
Wonder where that
Then
came
probably
from.
Norns.
Only
Probably
one
a
place
Sur
to
after
find an
that.
answer.
Char.
The diplomatic
Definitely
team is already
Silvari
on the
last.
ground
I
in
do not
Namnu.
like the Silvari.
I'd start with them.
I hate their capital
do.
city. Their starting
sure
map
you're
is
ready
by
to
far
follow
the
me into
worst
the
in the
fire?
game.
It's where we do our best work. Good. Off to the furnace then.
I did pick up all of the... Yeah, I picked up all the Mystic coins. Good. Alright. Let's head off for the desert. And some nice visuals on our trip. Like the Silvari. That's the one that isn't Char. I'll say that the Silvari wear the cosmetics at least as well as the humans do. Maybe better as they're a more slender race, so they can carry off some of the looks that the humans can't. But I just think that they're essentially just green elves. PBA Bowling 123 has followed. You get my spiel, here it comes. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. As you can tell, it's very pretty, and now we're going to get some actual, not just in-engine pre-rendered stuff, but some in-engine cool stuff. Unfunction crew.
Doesn't look like we made it to Amnoon.
I just think this is a
Sorry for the
really
change of plans, but we saw smoke coming
awesome
from that
way to
pyramid.
start the expansion.
Keel gave us orders, so we're going in.
Where you've got this tumbling ruin of ziggurat pyramids. I love the scale. I do indeed. 3 accounts. Needs some flex seal.
I'd like to stay on board.
Well,
get you
yeah,
to Amnoon as soon
yeah.
as we get back. I didn't come this
I'm
far
sure
to
it'll buff
sightsee.
out.
I'm going with you.
My daily gathering yield has arrived.
That looks valuable.
That looks valuable. Really? Am I using a bow that looks like that? You cannot be serious. Oh, we cannot have that. We need a bow that looks cool. As cool as we do. No. Mm-mm. Like, that kind of goes with my outfit. I'm going to go with that one, I think. President is not king.
That came from inside.
President doesn't get to snap their fingers and make the world change.
Darn me. They're killing for sport. These must be the forged we heard about. Let's wait for that introduction until after we're done. If there are any left, eh, Commander?
Well, we wiped out the first batch easy enough. Well, these guys are easy. This is going to be no problem at all. Spoiler, it's about to get a little more difficult.
Ears up! Reinforcements incoming!
Res the Lion
Wait,
Guard.
It's only one unit.
Welcome to the desert, Commander.
And you are?
Balthazar's herald.
I am from a time before the Spectrum was a thing.
He has chosen to forgive you for your interference with the fire and ice
Would I
dragons.
presently
Join
be
him and fill the
diagnosed?
crystal dragon.
I'm not familiar enough to
He
know,
only
but it's
wants
certainly
to
not
free
impossible.
Tyria from their grasp.
Your god lies.
But then a Spectrum
Waging
basically
war on
means
these people
from
won't help you defeat the
0
dragon.
to all, and so I would actually say that that's a spectrum that encompasses most of us. Another spoiler, we can't actually beat the Herald of Balthazar here, and they're going to murder a bunch of people.
Stop!
No! Please don't!
Every life I claim is another conscript for Balthazar's army. They will be remade in his honor, just as I have been.
I feel strong.
Notice we're dealing lots of damage, but we're not slowing her down.
It's not smart to defy him.
Kill them all.
Alright, that was nonsense.
Cormier, hear my prayer.
Yeah, I don't think Cormier's hearing prayers today.
Get the civilians out of here. Don't give her any more targets.
Dragon Hunter Bow was fun. I remember when he first came out, it was OP.
Join his army.
You see, I didn't play
or
PvP,
crush
so...
the light. Come with me.
Fidus, hold position here and help these people. I'm going after her. But that's exactly what she wants. I know. I'll be fine. Be ready for
The
any
fight
other
coming up
survivors
is
I send
not
your
easy.
way.
The traps were murder. Well, I'm a big fan of Procession of Blades, for sure, which is this one. Yeah, I think we'll keep that for now, at least. Yeah, I could certainly see in PvP, especially for any new players running into traps
to
the
the
first few
pyramid for
times, there's going to be a buzzsaw.
We have forces standing by to protect.
I was once like you, full of noble intentions. But then Balthazar chose me as his instrument.
Are you just a puppet? You have a choice.
No, the choice was made for me.
Through the fire. Oh, I got fire that time. You have to be careful here. It's really easy to pull too many mobs and end up dead. So, since there's no hurry, I'm not going to hurry.
There's little I hold in higher regard than loyalty. This is the price of defiance. The world belongs to Balthazar now.
And so I'll just stand off at range and nuke him from range. The last fight up against two of Balthazar's hounds, that one's no joke. About, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the time I get it done without a problem, and the other 3/4 of the time I have at least some problem with it. Cannot shave the beard, it is too legendary. Not too long ago, I had shaved off just this part of the beard. So I had a horseshoe mustache. That was maybe, I don't know, 3 months ago?
You're his in life and in death.
Drop the shield.
I'm not interested in shaving off the whole thing. I don't think it looks good with no facial hair. I think this is much better with some facial hair. Oh, let's go ahead and drop this as an unpleasant surprise for our little friends who are coming. My experience is you need to sort of concentrate on one of the forged war beasts. And if you can get rid of one and then move on to the second one, things are a lot easier.
Kill them all.
That ought to just about do it. Spoke too soon.
Give my regards to your master.
Outlander, over here.
Not especially don't especially want to talk about politics at all in channel. I don't think there's any gain to it to anyone involved. The Charv, yeah, they're 16-year-old boys.
They're gone? Oh,
Maybe 15.
I need to get through that gate.
Okay, I'll just... Oh, if it's down, she must have smashed it on her way through.
So, no real problem this time.
To get the gate open, but you have to help us. The town's burning
Thank you,
out of
me.
control.
Of course. But maybe you should hang back.
You know, with the
Yes,
bone
please.
sticking out of your leg,
Seeing
Axine.
your leg doesn't look good.
I can't just sit here.
No. Don't sit
It's
there.
okay.
Just lay
We'll
there.
handle this. You're helping by helping me.
What?
Fine,
That doesn't even make
fine,
sense
just
to me.
Please, don't let the entire village burn to the ground. Help the survivors. The raptors will get you to anyone who's
Most
out
of the
reach.
village
Got it.
is made out of
And
stone.
you?
How's it gonna burn?
I'm fine. I'll stay with my brother.
Okay.
Exactly. Rub some dirt in it,
Shout if
walk it
you need
off.
anything. Commander, I've got something that might help with those fires. Here, take this. You carry a fire extinguisher with you?
Doesn't everyone?
Well, Keel said we should bring insurance for the voyage.
I'm going to, I'll handle the sound effects myself. I'm an amateur Foley artist. I don't need the Raptor, thank you. I have all of the mounts. We get the new Warclaw mount, the new version of the Warclaw mount, I should say, on Tuesday.
You showed up. The Amnoon Cavaliers can't protect
And
us
it
from
bounces
the Horde.
around like it's made out of Super Balls. Do they make and sell Super Balls anymore? I have no idea. The rumor when I was a kid was always that the Super Balls
gratitude, stranger. You'll
were
be in
filled
our
with
prayers
acid
tonight.
in the middle. Why we thought that, I don't know. But we all knew it was true. I'll stop now. We're getting close, sort of. Not the fastest of... Whoops! I went a little bit too far there. I meant to do that. Especially because it looks like... Well, I guess it does... Is that wood? Or are those stones? Are they stones, or is it wood that's been covered by, you know, some kind of stone covering? Tiles or something? I don't know. But it certainly doesn't seem... If you're looking at it here, it kind of looks like it's just made out of stone, in which case, yeah, the burning, not getting it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad to help. Don't worry, they're not dead, and I'm not actually reviving them from the dead. They're just badly wounded. And I'm putting Neosporin on it. And this ought to do it.
Outlander, over here!
Axime,
Looks like the Raptor's taken to you. Keep it.
I already have a mini Raptor mount.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
One less Raptor's the least of our problems.
Thanks.
They're going to want me to do
It'll help you
Raptor
cover
things in the
ground
cave,
faster.
so I will swap to
You'll
my
need it.
default mount being
The mine gate is
Raptor.
operational again. Go through there. It'll take you to Amnoon. And Outlander, please pay this tragedy back for us.
I will.
I will.
Get the card. We'll bury him at dawn.
And
Man, I'm glad.
cross and spin and kill. And jump and spin and kill. And spin and kill. And kill. The important part, just keep killing. See, just kill them all. And one more. Let's exit the mine and into the Crystal Desert.
By the Six. Who are you? An outlander?
Yes, from across the Sea of Sorrows. I'm here to stop Balthazar.
Yeah, me too. Oh, you're serious? Then a hi, and welcome.
A hi?
That would be quite an appreciated feat.
Have you seen his herald? An armored woman.
Nope, she's scarpered.
No sign of her.
Or as I like to say, no sign of her.
Hearing you. Some interference. Try get higher ground if you can.
Higher ground? Oh, right. If you can hear me, I'll try to reach you later. Repeat, I'll try to reach you later. Hello? I'm just going to assume you heard that.
Halt. What's your business in Amnoon?
My business is my business, not your business.
Trying to get in.
I was told a party from Divinity's Reach is here. I need to speak with them. Also, a village north of here was attacked. My crew is helping the survivors, but they could use Amnoon's support.
Wait here while I clear this with the council.
Sure, Rahim.
Captain Rahim, I can vouch for the commander. This is the leader of the guild I told you about.
There's a welcome sight.
This is the Dragon Slayer.
Well, it wasn't a solo effort, but yeah. The commander's taken down one or two.
Ritlock? What? Kaz, you're here on behalf of the Queen?
Correct. But just a moment. Captain, does the commander have permission to
It
enter?
is indeed Ritlock.
Yes, a high commander. Catch up with your friends and come see me at the Cavalier Station.
In his full Revenant gear. We'll leave the instance. Welcome to Amnoon. You might wonder what time it is. It Amnoon. Oh, yeah. Lonian Visitor's Gift. Oh, good. Some Eyes of Cormier. Let me just take care of those.
That looks valuable.
Not really. The Elonian Glove Box. I already have all of these Elonian gloves. We'll go ahead and get the Marshal's Elonian Gauntlets. And promptly salvage those.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
And I think this is like a tiny amount of karma. 1,000. It's not that tiny. It's a perfectly reasonable amount of karma. The race is beginning in 50 seconds. I'm not interested. I am following the storyline. Captain Rahim, we meet again.
For the gate earlier.
Like,
I get
you know,
all kinds of people
30 seconds ago.
And the stories they tell to get inside. Not that I blame them, but the city can only take so many before bursting. So, I take it you're here for Balthazar.
I am. I'm looking for a place to start. Any information you have would be helpful.
Well, your guildmates are being hosted by the chief counselor at the Civic Center. She can fill you in about the state of the city and the surrounding area. And she might know something about Balthazar, too.
Sounds good. Anything from the ground level? Someone who's dealt with him or his army firsthand?
My deputy Ayub is at the camp run by Comir's priesthood. The refugees there may be of help. And then there's... How do you feel about getting a little lower than ground level to find what you want? I have a deputy assigned to the local smugglers, the Homicene. Name a case. Not so sure he's mine anymore. But you might seek him out, if you don't mind walking on that side of the line, of course.
I think I can stomach it.
You'll find them at the casino. Tread lightly.
All right. Question Deputy Kais inside the Grand Sahil. Check on the Chief Counselor and speak with Deputy Ayub in the refugee camp. Let's start in the refugee camp. I can almost never make this turn. And once again, I have failed. Airborne! Where is Ayub? There he is.
Thank you. Deputy, Captain Rahim pointed me in your direction. Would you mind if I talk to a few of the refugees about Balthazar?
You're welcome to try. Not a lot of folks are in a talking mood. This camp's gonna be no better than the places they fled if we can't get more aid out here soon.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe people will be more inclined to talk when they feel safer.
We certainly wouldn't say no to some help. Princess Karima can tell you what we need most.
Thank
you. Good fortune to you.
I won't forget this.
Princess Karima, presumably I have to finish the heart. Can you tell me about the situation? What can I do to help? With the Zaishan. Can you tell me where the army is? Where's your temple? Okay. So I have to finish the heart. Fortunately, I do this heart
You're very kind.
half a dozen times a
Can you
week.
spare any water?
So, I know how to make it
I
quite
won't
fast
forget this.
indeed. Alright, water, and we run to deliver it over here. There's food and medicine in that tent there.
Thank you.
But we've already handed out one medicine. Another medicine, the close one is there. Grab that. Give that to that hurt refugee.
Cormier, bless you.
Food. On this side, we actually need to hand out 11 things to various people. Come over here, and this one is the faster of the three little
Your gods
mini
have abandoned
camps.
you. Our god is here. Join
Grab
the
the water.
Pledge to Balthazar while you still can.
Give her to him. Grab the medical supplies. Hit the run button.
Cormier bless you.
Turn it in. This is frequently on the dailies, which is why I know what is required for this one so intimately,
Cormier, bless you.
as I've been doing this ever since the dailies became available. Because in my experience, I figured this was the fastest heart I could think of. And given the number of other people I see running around ever since, it seems like I may have been one of the very first to come to that conclusion, but I'm by no means the
Cormier
last.
bless you.
Balthazar has returned to redeem us for valuable prizes. Did I pick that up? I did.
Thanks.
Heart complete. All right, that's one. Interview a few refugees. And, well, they haven't had that many rogue guys. Well, okay, they had, like, what, 2?
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We fled north to escape Balthazar's Forged, but they've been marching the same way lately, up into the highlands. At this rate, we'll run out of places to retreat to in no time flat.
Hi there.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what
Yeah,
happened?
Abaddon, Balthazar.
We left a group hiding from Forged attacks in Destiny's Gorge after walking out of the Elon Riverlands to the south.
Count the dragons as
Thought
gods.
we were in the clear, but we were followed. I had a chance to
Well,
run, and
the gods, the human gods anyway,
still hear the screams.
left because of their fear that their conflict with the dragons would, in essence, destroy the world. At least that's the excuse they gave.
And take heart.
Now, the Char
Balthazar
killed
will
their
pay
gods,
for this.
but their gods were Titans. And the Titans we get to see again in the new expansion on Tuesday.
We very nearly didn't make it out alive. We escaped the salt flats right before a forge.
So it'll be interesting to see how Char
Balthazar has turned the whole
NPCs will
desert
react
upside
to
down and-
Titans,
I'm sorry.
who they
I don't
used to
wanna
worship.
Talk about it anymore.
And then, of course, we've got the
What happened to you out in the
The
desert?
Sylvari and their god,
We were coming down from the highlands when we ran into a branded ambush.
in essence, was
No
one of
would
the
have
Elder Dragons
survived
whom
if
we have
Blast
since
hadn't
killed.
flown in and saved us.
Blast?
You know, the dragon, Glint's offspring.
Don't you mean Gleam?
Gleam was the name the bards gave him, but his true name is Blast. He's a savior with wings. We owe him our lives.
That's the first scion. Oreen's brother. He's a good dragon?
Good, bad. He's the guy
Carries
with the
on
gun.
Mother's work.
That's a movie reference.
Cormyr praise him.
Where can I find him?
No one knows where he roosts. He just shows up to contest the branded.
So, Oreen has a brother. That's great news. I hope.
Okay.
What's next?
That's one. Next up, the Chief Counselor. I believe this is where we have to choose the alignment that Amnoon is going to take. Whether they will support Joko, support the Sun Spears, or maintain their independence. And the banners you see will change depending on what we choose. I believe they stay the same way, the sort of red abstract design here in the middle. Let me move closer. If we choose neutrality, I think this stays the same, and the banners will change to different banners for the Sun Spears and Joko. The only real difference it makes is there are achievements which are mostly the same. You have to do them for each of the three alignments. If you do it for any one of the three, it gives you an ascended back piece. But if you do it for all three, so that's 3 ascended back pieces, you get a 4th ascended back piece. I have done the story on 3 characters because I wanted to get all of the ascended back
Maybe with all
pieces I
these
could.
outlanders arriving, the council won't need to beg Joko to defend us.
What are you talking? Ahi, Commander.
Ahi.
The mates were just
I can't help it.
regaling
Every
us
time
with
they say
tales of
ahi,
your
I just want to go,
adventures.
ahi.
You honor us. It's not every day a dragon slayer walks through our door.
That's true.
The counselor must have misunderstood my part of the story, where she wouldn't be bending over backward to inflate your ego. Well, thank you for the compliment, but this time, I'm not after a dragon. I'm after Balthazar.
Only a god, yeah.
Do you have any
One of the human
information
gods, though, and
The god himself? We only know he's constantly on the move, chasing who knows what. And that Amnoon is essentially surrounded by his troops, which maybe you have some insight into. We're at a bit of an impasse.
pardon the yawn.
Joko's government sent representatives of the Morden Crescent to Amnoon.
I
to
really,
offer
really
military
like
support
these
against
kinds
the
of...
Forged.
Exactly.
The
Well,
Morden
no,
Crescent may
it's
no
kind of
longer be the
not really a
honorable
profession.
censors
It's
they
more of
once
an
were,
avocation.
But they would make powerful allies.
I really like these
And in a
kind
time
of
like this, we need all the help we
cinematic
can
presentations for story.
You people have history
The
books.
first time,
Open
maybe
any
the
one of them
second,
and it'll tell you
possibly the
short-term
third,
gains bring long-term
but
trouble.
not the 2,000th or
The Chief
more,
Counselor
which
has
is
the right
how many
idea.
times I've seen this.
We should be grateful the Morden Crescent
And they're
are
unskippable,
considering
and
helping
that's the
us.
problem.
We should fly Joko's standard and make it clear we welcome his kingdom's support.
We've resisted Joko for years. I'm not
That could be
about
said
getting
about any
waltzed
story.
in
Well, yeah, but
without a
pardon the
fight.
yawn again. God damn. But in the old school Guild Wars 2, where you have the two faces sort of talking at angles past each other, you could skip it.
Allying with
You
either
could
side
skip through to
would
the end of the
only aid to
conversation.
future conflict. Amnoon
You
has
can't
been
skip through this
independent and
conversation.
should remain independent.
That's my problem.
Round and round
Is that
it
you
goes.
can't skip it.
I'd welcome any counsel you might have, Commander.
As much as I love some of the stuff they've done.
It must be easy for you, Char, to dismiss the threat we face. Joko is nobody's first choice, but we can't afford to turn down the Archon's offer. The Mordant Crescent are the only ones with the strength to ensure our survival.
The Sun Spear's numbers are weakened, but their involvement could still be a beacon of hope. Their order has sacrificed everything to defy Joko and the Mordant Crescent. They'll protect us from the Forged.
Amnoon must remain independent. Our doors have always been open. It's how we survived this long. The moment we pick a side, we're asking for trouble from the others.
And you, Counselor? You're awfully quiet over there.
There are no good options here. All of these plans are suicidal. I can't endorse any of them.
Just kill yourself then, dude.
These people should just look out for themselves. The minute
You can't
these
even
yapping
go through it
windbags
quickly
let
by
a
like
creature
clicking
like
on Casimir to
Joko
get her
into the
started. That
city,
option doesn't
they give
appear
up any hope
until
of freedom.
every speech is finished.
He might be the biggest gun around here, but what happens after the Forged are defeated? Every decision you
So
make has
I am a firm
cost.
believer that these conversational
In
options
this
need
case,
to be
all the
made
people have to do
skippable.
is serve Joko forever after they
Require
die.
them to be
What a
gone
deal.
through once. I'm fine with that.
Spear Marshal Cormier was a local
Rather
hero,
than
even before
requiring
she
us
fought
to
a
go through
fallen
them
god and took his
every
power.
single
Her Sun Spears have
time.
always encouraged these people to
Just
keep
give us a
fighting,
clicky.
even when darkness is closing in.
They had clickies
There
when
may be
the
a
two
small group
faces were
now,
talking
but
past
an
each
alliance
other.
with the Sun Spears would be the light in the dark this city needs.
I can't agree with Casimir on anything because she's a dope. Keep Amnoon independent and neutral.
Thank you for your input, Commander. I tend to agree. We'll continue to fly our own flag.
Otherwise, I
Amnoon
would
will
have
face the
gone with
Forged
the
as a
Sun
free
Spears,
city,
but
with
Casimir is an
gates
idiot.
open to all.
A council actually making a practical and timely decision? Call the town crier. This has to be a first.
At least the Sun Spears are still welcome.
King Joko will make sure we regret this decision. You just killed us all.
May Cormier forgive us.
Thank you, Chief Counselor.
Cormier left the planet. She comes back for one last spiel. Do I have to speak with Kaz?
These people are desperate.
See,
Caught up in a
she's so
war they
dim.
don't understand. Balthazar came to the desert for Krakatoa, not for them. But why? Why is he doing it? This is why I wanted you to pick the Sun Spears, to represent Cormier.
Cormier's a
She
human
might provide us
god.
answers
She
or
abandoned
intervene in
you.
Balthazar's actions, especially if his goal is noble, but his path is not.
Your hope is inspiring.
No, it's not.
Thanks. Have you heard from Tiny?
I couldn't get a clear signal.
It's naive
Guess I should try
and
again.
detached from reality.
Big news to share.
Go on.
The Exalted said Aurene was Glint's second scion, but we didn't know what happened to the first.
And now?
His name is Vlast. He's been carrying on Glint's work by protecting people from Krakatoa and the Branded.
That's wonderful news. Another dragon ally. I feel like Cormier is already leading us to a resolution. Tiny will be over the moon when she
Gosh.
leaves.
There must be some place that's clear of interference. I'll look once I finished gathering information.
Okay. And now we go to the casino, which I'm totally not against. But I believe we end up with a fight. I will note, it's not my fault, okay? That even when my character chose Joko, time to go back. Even when my character chose Joko, Joko's minions still raise a bunch of shit. Oh, I have to actually talk to the dude before I head in. Right. Kais.
What do you want?
You, Kais?
Maybe. Who's asking?
The big
Captain
char
Rahim
in
said
front of you.
He's under the impression that you have access to Hamasin's network.
Yeah? He's wrong. So beat it.
Listen carefully, friend. I'm here to kill the god of war. Don't think I won't swat any flies that get in my way.
Note that I have Twilight as a fly swatter.
Well, if that's your angle, then you need Zalimbor. He runs things. He is the Hamasin's network. He's usually in his office in the casino. But he's a very busy man.
I'm sure he'll spare a few moments for me.
Let's get the bow back in place. As once again, we're headed for a fight where it's easy to get
Draw your cards, ladies and gentlemen.
make too many friends in too big of a hurry, and end up having a little lay down on the floor.
I can't find locally, and I'll get.
You must be Zalambor.
I am. My friends, let's adjourn for now.
Black Lion
In the
trader,
meantime,
trader,
my
and
casino
consortium
is yours.
trader.
Enjoy the Grand Sahil's many luxuries. You spared me from a few more minutes of dealing with those smugglers. For this, I owe you. But next time, make an appointment.
Maybe I should explain why I'm here.
Oh, I know why you're
You'll
here.
note my cat has his own
What I
cat.
don't know is what it's got to do with me. Elonian wine?
I'll pass.
You sure? It's not poisoned or anything.
There he is.
I'm offended, Zalambor. You've never once offered
Chauncey
me
von
wine.
Snuffles III.
Ah, I present to you Archon Iberu of the Morden Crescent. Archon, the commanders come to us all the way from Lion's Arch.
Morden Crescent. One of Palawa Jogo's undead.
I'll be honored with awakening soon enough. But today I still have a pulse, Outlander. As I'm sure you're aware, Chief Counselor Iman invited me here to discuss military aid for Amnoon. And just as I arrived, I hear the Council has decided against the Alliance.
So he's going to be a
It's
dick.
Not too late, Zalambor.
Thing is even if we'd chosen Joko, he's still going to be exactly the same dick.
Me? I wasn't even there when they made this decision.
That's beside the point. Here's the point.
What are you?
He's, eating the souls.
Don't. Enough of this! Awaken! Reduce this eyesore to rubble! It's unwise to intervene in our affairs, Outlander.
I'm full of unwise ideas. But protecting the living from an undead army isn't one of them.
Beat your chest all you like. Zalambor, don't make me come back here.
Sleep again.
Imbaru's not taking much damage, so we won't bother aiming at him. Oh. Well, aren't you guys just full of bad ideas? I feel strong. I feel invincible. Did I get everybody? I think so. Was everyone served? Was there anyone I didn't notice that a couple of the troublemakers are wailing on Archon Ibiru, and
My
he's
apologies
not,
for the unpleasantness, Commander.
that
This
he
is
wasn't
why
suffering
I
any.
insist on appointments.
Happy to help. Mainly because now you owe me.
The fact
Net
that
event
I'm
went out
still
for a
able
bet?
to
That's not
walk
good.
is a point in
Tell
your
it not to
favor
do
for
that.
Sure. And this time of war does make for strange bedfellows. Cormier knows I've had worse.
I'm only after Balthazar. You understand? I can't be dragged down by whatever else you've got going on.
My organization makes it possible for me to do.
Can't wait for fiber
many
optic.
things.
I'm in the middle of Silicon
Fund
Valley,
public
and I
works,
don't have fiber.
donate to our
Not to the door. I've got
Keep
fiber to the
candle after
node,
candle burning at Cormier's
basically to the neighborhood.
I never wanted to cross the Morden
The
Crescent,
heart and soul
but I suppose it was inevitable.
of the internet technological
I'm
advancement
grateful you were here for
overall.
the Archon's
Silicon Valley, no fiber.
I'll keep an ear to the ground on your behalf.
Looks like I'm done here. Now to see if I can reach Timey. She said higher ground.
She did say higher ground. Me? Come on, me. Let's listen to me and see if we can't get to higher ground and hear from Time Me. Okay, that one was a stretch. But we have a little green... You have cell phone connectivity icon right there.
Why is there still no plan to get rid of all the sand burying our home?
I mean, it's better than, like, say, when I got into the beta for Star Wars The Old Republic. I had 1.25 megabits per second at the time. It took over 2 days to download the beta test.
Timey, do you read? Come in. Nah, I must not be getting a signal.
I'm here, Commander. I read you. Glad you made it to the Crystal Desert in one piece. You are in one piece, right?
So far.
Did you duke it out with the fire guy yet? What's happening? Update! Update now!
Balthazar's got the desert in chaos. I'm trying to find the shortest route to him to, well, you know.
Well, for a long time,
But I
1.25
think the biggest news
megabits
I've
was
heard
the
is
speed
story
of
about
a
dragon.
T1.
Last.
So your
Supposedly he's
average
another scion
internet
of Flint,
cafe, if they were,
Orion's brother.
you know, upscale, would have a T1. The entire 20 or 30 computers would be on 1.25 megabits.
I haven't met him yet, but I'll let you know. How are things in Rada Novus?
It's hard to change people's minds with conjecture, so I'm trying to prove that killing dragons isn't ideal. I'm also trying to get all the Dragon Lab info into Scruffy so I can become more mobile. It's a madhouse in the lab now. They're giving
A madhouse.
Ugh. Speaking of which, here comes one now. Check back in when you get a chance.
All right, read the mail from Zalambur. You earn my gratitude for helping thwart a hostile takeover. In return, I've come by some information I know will be valuable to you. I've summoned your guildmates to meet in my casino, and you can hear what I've learned. All right, so we are back to Zalambur, which is Elonian for Zalambur. That's all I've got. Why, yes, I will blaze a trail.
You should have seen Iman's face when we said we were leaving because we were invited to the...
Kanak, what are you doing here? Enjoying your time off?
Freedom is a sweet drink, Commander. I've been busy quenching my thirst.
Just about to meet with...
Zalambur, I already know a thing or two about this place. A Silvari gambler who's up 500 gold is just my cover, I promise you.
Now that he's free, it's okay if I kill him, right?
Gentlemen, let's keep it civil. How about it, Kanak?
While my freedom's been gratifying, it's also a little boring. This is much more interesting. Besides, I may have made a wager that the slayer of elder dragons can take down a god, and I intend to collect.
What are the odds?
Let's not jinx it, Commander.
All right, kids. Everyone remember where we parked?
Welcome back, Commander. It's an honor to have the members of Dragon's Watch in my humble establishment. Please, follow me. The Grand Sahil is already back to running at full capacity, in no small part due to your earlier intervention. We have all the finest games and entertainment the Crystal Desert has to offer. Do you enjoy games of chance?
When the odds are in our favor.
I reached out across my network for information about Balthazar, and I think I know what he's after.
Karaxxus.
You're half right. He's currently hunting down a crystal dragon, but that dragon is Vlast.
Need to buckle
Wonder
down
why
and get a
he
legendary. I'm
suddenly
jealous of
changed
the sword.
targets.
Well,
Who among us can understand the will of a god? I do know his forged army has encampments all over the Crystal Desert. He stops at these camps to rally his troops while he's on the
3,090 gold, and it's
So we
yours.
might be able to intercept him at one of the forged camps. You've come through.
I
Zalambor.
bought the
I actually don't regret keeping you alive.
the precursor for 500 gold.
Enjoy your time here, please. Stay away from the high-stakes roulette. It's rigged.
I knew it.
Well, let's see. Dusk is 360 now. I paid 500 for it. It's down because of the Wizard's Vault, where every quarter there is an offer for a legendary weapon starter kit, which has about almost 3/4 of a legendary in it. EBM, the lovely and talented Engelbert Meow, everyone. Round of applause. I believe later this evening, EBM will be doing her cursed cosplay. I'm going to give her a shout out, so those of you who are here can be aware of exactly. Is it? I can never remember. Is this going to work? Yay! It worked. I hear she's pretty good, and she is, in fact. Tonight she'll be doing a cursed cosplay. And probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say about 3 hours she's going to be starting. She does cursed cosplays where she cosplays from a person, place, or thing from Guild Wars 2. And tonight, I believe she's doing the logo of the expansion, hence cursed. EBM is awesome. Check her stuff out. Tonight, a special Z. Yeah, her stuff's pretty cool. Don't tell her I said so. Don't want her to get a swelled head. Unless that's part of the cosplay.
So, who's up for a trip to one of these camps?
Sounds good to me. Let's shut him down before he's responsible for anyone else's death.
We don't want to rush in blindly.
Fools rush in where
If
angels
I'm
fear
going
to
be
tread.
joining you again, I may as well make myself useful. I'll scout the main camp, see what I see, and report back.
I have faith
The
that it
main
will be
camp
both cursed and yet at the
on
same
your own.
time
Seems
enigmatically
risky.
awesome.
Nah, not alone. I'll go with him.
Not the response I expected.
EBM is primarily, but not exclusively,
vacations
a
have a
Guild
way
Wars
of
2 streamer.
dulling a
She's also
blade, so to
streams like some
Can't let
cozy
you
stuff
fumble around
and has streamed
unsupervised.
a good chunk of Once Human.
That's more like it.
I linked in
Alright.
the Once
Guess I
Human
will
patch
check out
notes
smaller
into
outposts.
Discord for those of you,
Actually,
those of us
I'll
who've
leave
played
it
it.
to you if you don't mind. I have some matters to attend to. There's a temple of Cormir near one of the forged camps. You can find me there when you're done.
And scene.
Pillage.
Pillage, guys. Evidently, pillaging is important to me. Not sure quite why. I am just continuing my ongoing series, which has been, well, for the last month and a half or so, has been on hiatus, where I'm leveling a character through the entire story content. Yeah, I have a Discord. Oh, let's see. On the Twitch side. Now, let me give you a warning. I need to tell this to everyone anytime somebody pops into Discord. My Discord has a bad habit of occasionally booting people off. Like, they sign in, I say hello, how you doing? They later on go to another Discord, and the mere act of them having the temerity to daring to ever go to anyone else's Discord, my Discord kicks them. If that happens to you, please just send me a DM. I will handcraft an invite, and those have never gone wrong. Yet. Time will tell. So Captain Rahim. Back to Rahim again. I think we have to go to the two little nearby bases.
I'm glad I caught you.
Hi, Commander.
Hi.
You survived the Den of Vipers in Zalambor's casino.
Zalambor was reluctantly helpful. He said the Forged had set up camps in the area. My team is scouting the main camp, but I need to know where any of the smaller posts might be.
Actually, there are 2 Forged outposts outside the city walls. They mostly provide reinforcements and tactical support for the main camp.
It would make sense to take those out before attacking the main camp then.
Ooh, the main camp. Oh, that's an awful instance. I can't stand that one.
And it might cut back their raids on our city. You'll find one outpost.
I'm probably going to make it there before the end of the evening. Steel yourself.
My cavaliers outside.
Profanity incoming.
They can fill you in on what to expect inside.
A race around the desert is about to begin. I'm not that interested in a race around the desert.
Reports of creatures driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over.
How does Tarnished Coast fare in World vs. World? World v. World has changed. Servers don't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is which guild you are representing and where that guild has been assigned. So, for instance, I bring up guilds. This is my default guild. You can unset it as your World v. World. The next team creation lockout is in 12 days. Yeah, servers are only for nostalgic purposes now. There is an NPC you can talk to, I think, that will give you your choice of a title. Where, for instance, I would be Lens of Tarnished Coast. Something like that. Well, Jade Quarry, I'm sure, was perfectly nice, but let's face it, it's no Tarnished Coast. EBM. I mean, I'm sure it was perfectly adequate for your needs. Oh, she's going to smack me so hard. I promise I won't enjoy it too much. Yes, where's the camp over here? Why don't I have 2 green stars? Why do I only have 1 green star? There's supposed to be 2 green stars. I should have a green star over here, because there's another dude to talk to over here. There it is. Perfectly fine. You mean JQ was far superior, then you agree. I'm absolutely certain that I didn't say that. Not that I've ever done much World v. World. I mean, my World v. World ranking is...
Have you ever seen Balthazar at this camp?
14.
If Balthazar ever showed up at this camp, you'd be talking to an empty tent. I'm just here to observe
14.
and report.
I'm hoping to find clues on what Balthazar's up to.
Was enough to get me the Warclaw, fortunately. And,
Thanks for understanding. I have seen couriers delivering dispatches. They might contain
gliding. I think it was the Warclaw most. Oh, and my one gift of battle so I could make Twilight. Addicted to it for months. You're in the 600s. 14 was what I needed. I'm actually close to my next gift of battle, which is one of the things that does not come in the starter kit, the Legendary Weapon starter kit. Reward tracks. Yeah, I'm just a short ways away from my second gift of battle. About 10% of a progress bar.
The Forge! Quick! Everyone out of the fields!
Oh no! We're trapped!
Huddle up. If you can fight, stand with me.
I didn't dislike it. I haven't even tried PvP, because I know I would dislike PvP.
Where is that intel? I'll cut you to pieces. This looks interesting.
That's not good, Len said, as an understatement.
What's this?
Oh, we got him as well. Lucky me. Well, fortunately, in the brief time, I was able to, heal up to full. Totally not cheating on that account, gotta say. Oh, and we somehow managed to pull a warthog while we were at it. Love the streams. I also hope some point in the future you'll stream Lord of the Rings online. I was just streaming it for almost 2 weeks. I will get back to it sooner or later, no doubt. But right now, got an expansion coming up.
No good.
Yeah, it wasn't actually the pig saying that it was going to kick my ass or whatever it was.
Nothing here. This looks interesting.
That is a follow. Lichen. I can't tell if that's an O or a 0. Curse English. OT, I think. Oh, great. Ads. An enormous pile of them. Not a fan.
Nothing here. This looks interesting.
Wish I'd stop saying that things look interesting. Alright. Oh my god, they're still firing. Why are there so many of you guys? Seriously. Don't you have school or something? Anything? How can I welcome the new person if I'm fighting to not die constantly? I have a spiel. Hold on. Give me just a second. I'm in the middle of a bad place. I have a spiel just for such occasions. I'm going to examine the plate. I need to gather 3 more pieces of intelligence. I will do so. Now, like I found something. Still haven't found anything. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Hi, welcome. Pardon the tardy nature of my welcoming spiel, but I'm desperately trying to not die. Balthazar should recruit the boars. I can't say that's a bad idea. Oh, more. That was not good. Another player has decided to join. And I need to find one more thing. Piece of intel, intelligence, information. Don't remember where the third one is. My brain was telling me it's in here. Doesn't seem to be. I know that that cart there was one of them. But the thing is if Balthazar recruits the boars, then he doesn't get the bacon from them. All right, why is this guy shooting at me instead of the other people running around here? I mean, seriously. See, I could have sworn it was in here, and they're going over here, and that's making me think that I should be finding something here. I mean, they're already become cooked bacon since they're always on fire. That's a good point.
Patrol the area.
I hadn't considered. I have to grant. Well, that would explain why people are willing to follow him. You know, if everything he does always smells like bacon.
No good.
That was pathetic. We've got a metal valve. Will that be the last thing I need? Aha, I say, as if it had significance.
No luck, but I'm not giving up.
No luck, but I'm not giving up. Oh, really? Really, I kind of am. Yeah, open fire. Open fire on this, you punk. Sit down. All right, I'm missing... There are like 3 hot spots you have to find. And I can't find the 3rd one.
What's this?
Maybe?
No sign of
Yay! There was much rejoicing.
No clue as to why he's
okay, there was some rejoicing.
But at least
okay,
I know a
I'm
little bit
kind of
more about the
rejoicing.
Forged. Maybe I'll have better luck at the other outpost.
We'll head to the other outpost after we pick up our amazing batch of loot. And we will also transfer to the busier map. So, Lycan, thank you very much for the follow. I really do appreciate that. Very kind.
Power flow at 30%.
I was just a little caught up in the moment. Oh, look. Eyes of Cormyr. These are useful for throwing away. I imagine the entirety of Elona is covered in those things that have been thrown away by the players. Let's see if I can get some hero points. I hear good things about hero points. I'm going to come through low enough. We'll get that. POI. Now this hero point up here can be a tough one.
Even the power of water is at my command.
Fortunately, I got here in time to get the hero point. Ow. And now we'll finish off the Hydra and the Hydra's heads. All right, now this is the other outpost. We need to talk to the scout who's hiding like a great big chicken. They have a lot. A lot of people I know have complained about them reusing models in the later content. But you know, if you've got good models, you might as well use them. It's no easy thing to create new, you know, skeletal models. And frankly, they're working with a smaller team than they used to. I wish we knew what else they were working on,
stranger. Be cautious if you're heading north. The Forge have set up artillery.
This camp is a little dicier than the previous
the casino
one I was
owner
in.
in Amnoon told me the war god Balthazar rallies his troops at these camps.
Ah, Zalem.
I have 18 points. I don't think that's enough to open up Firebrand. It is not.
But the Forge are nasty enough on their own. Especially
I'm opening
now
up
with the
each
cannons and
as I go through the
Well, I can
expansions.
put the Forged and their cannons out of commission.
Maybe you can leave a couple standing. I really need to keep this post.
Sabotage the cannons. This is now going to be significantly easier than it used to be because, well, we no longer have to fight our way through the fortress.
You can never have too much treasure.
You can never have too much treasure. We're coming in for a landing. Hello, boys. We need to destroy the cannon emplacements. I think there's 2 in each of the 3 sort of corner bits and pieces. Oh, please. There we go. Okay, that's 2. Balthazar saved nothing. All right. And, over here we have the big boy. The big fella. Oh. Hi. I feel sorry for... I didn't see you standing there. I'm sorry, friend. That was careless of me. I'll give you the special attention you deserve by murdering you solo. All right, and we have the veteran.
Stand your ground.
I love when we have a whole boatload of numbers pop up. It's glorious. Two more cannon. Yeah, there's probably a random Hydra head bouncing around back there. We need one more. Hey, what do you know? How convenient. We have one more. And that should be the last of that. And then we're going to be heading off to the big camp, and the big camp is...
2 camps and still no sign of
It's one of those
Balthazar.
instances where...
At least now we won't have to worry about leaving our flanks exposed at the main camp. Hopefully Ritlock and Canuck had more luck scouting it out.
We have to meet them, I think. Regroup with the guildmates. Where? That direction. I just saw a bolas go flying past me at very high velocity. I'm going to grab a couple more hero points. In fact, I'm going to grab a bunch of hero points before I head onto a piece of content I know I'm going to swear about. Yeah, really good throwing arm. I mean,
You can't escape.
baseball scouts have got to be going, So I'm just going to do a quick couple of laps and grab some more hero points. There's the Dust Mite Twister. We're going to let him pass through. And that way we can grab the hero point without fighting anything. It's cheesy. I know. And I'm fine with that. So I'm going to grab the hero points. All of them on the map, I think. In this map. Anyway. And then we'll do the unpleasant content. The kind I swear about. The kind I talk where most of the instanced gameplay stuff is just fine. Fine to great. And some of it is punitive. This one's kind of punitive. I think you're going to start with the POF instead of doing it in order. I will res this person, except that
Kill them all.
the veteran Rock Gazelle, which
Strong.
I will res this person now. Instead of doing it in order so you can get the mounts. Certainly, getting the first mount happens. You saw it. The fight with Balthazar's Herald and the two hounds of Balthazar. That, you finish off that little instance, and that gets you the keepable raptor. The second one happens on the second map. There's one in each map, in essence. You have to follow the storyline to get the second. I don't think you have to follow the storyline specifically to get to the third or fourth. But you have to finish the storyline to get to the Griffin. No new class. The first expansion is the only one that added a class, the Revenant. The second and third added new elite specs, as did Heart of Thorns. They, in essence, for End of Dragons, when they brought out the third elite spec, and they basically said at that point, you know, bringing out a new elite spec, we've kind of filled up all of the design space for each of the classes. So we're going to go with just bringing in new weapons instead. Did they remove a bunch of this pyramid? Because it used to go all the way up with broken parts. That's really weird. I mean, you see how there's broken parts up there, but most of the bottom half is empty? That didn't used to be that way. I'm at a bit of a loss. Because I've been using this method to get to this hero point since the expansion came out. There's an internal way inside the broken pyramid around sort of the outside of the ruined walls, or the inside of the ruined walls, sorry. But I've used the bunny, for instance, was how I used to get up here before there were flying mounts. Maybe I'm on the different side than I'm used to? I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah, they gave us an additional new weapon for every class in the last expansion, and this expansion, everybody gets land spears. Oh, look! And I have Cormier. Okay, I was on a corner that I didn't expect. This is the side where I normally bounce up on the bunny. How I managed to get that turned around, I have no idea. I'm going to go with it's chat's fault. I have absolutely no basis for saying that at all, but it's totally chat's fault.
Cormier protect you if you've wandered in there.
Cormier protect me? She's left the planet, dude. All of the human gods have left the planet, except Abaddon, kind of dead, and Balthazar, kind of killing vast numbers of people in a, maybe it's actually kind of a godly way, but if so, maybe you should stop worshiping him. Sort of a dual thing. It's godly to be murdering lots of people, sure, but maybe you want to stop the whole worshiping thing. Just putting that out there. Let's grab this waypoint while we're just running around like a crazy person. I think we have all but 2 of the hero points. Yeah, okay, so 1 hero point. Both faster to get to out of Amnoon, so we're going to go back there. Do I have enough now to open up Firebrand? I have enough to open up Firebrand, ladies and gentlemen. Firebrand.
know if you need
Let's
help.
see. This one first. Unlike Heart of Thorns, where many of, if not all of the, most of the points, the hero points or hero challenges you had to do to get your hero points. If you had to fight, you were fighting a champion, at least, if not a legendary. In Path of Fire, the fights are far, far, far more soloable. So it is easier to get your hero points in Path of Fire by far than it was in Heart of Thorns.
Come, Outlander. Learn of King Joko, bringer of peace.
Bringer of peace, yeah.
Give yourself to King Joko.
Kill shot. Stand your ground.
Not bad, Outlander. Maybe worthy of awakening.
That leaves us with one more in this map. But it also allows us to train another point. Yay! Oh, they are. I will help. It is in my nature to try and help in this game when I can. They burned through them much faster than I did. Just use World v World to unlock the hero points in Heart of Thorns. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you played a lot of World v World, that absolutely makes sense. You know, what we're going to do is we're going to switch to something a little faster. Took a while, but you hated traversing that map in Heart of Thorns. It's funny. I was just earlier today, I was playing one of my last 4 or 5 characters out of the 36. This is the 37th that I have on this account. And the way I normally level up my characters is by running map completions on individual maps, not the entire map. And there was a map I hadn't done for a long time because I hate it, but I already had it about a third done. And I said, okay, I'll do it. I haven't done it in a long time. I know I hated it, but how bad can it be? It's so much worse than Tangled Depths. It is so much goddamn worse. Dredge Hunt. Dredge Hunt Cliffs is clabbered misery. It's awful. It's fucking dreadful. It is so much worse than Tangled Depths. At least Tangled Depths had a reason why everyone, disliked it. It was meant to be tangled and to be difficult to traverse and that sort of thing. It was meant to be a challenge. Dredge Hunt Cliffs was designed because they hate the players.
Threshold achieved.
There's a designer at ArenaNet who hates the players. That's the only excuse I can come up with. The only reason I can come up with for it. Now, granted, we probably deserve it. Oh, I'm at the max number of points. Okay. Well then, we'll spend another 50. The same guy that made the water temple. I don't remember the water temple off the top of my head. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hammer on the rich mithril vein. Oh, Zelda. Yeah, I know. Actually, I have never played it, but I have heard of it. The only Nintendo I ever had was a Super Nintendo. Nintendo 64 was a big part of the childhood of countless people. And that's the only reason Nintendo exists. Is because it was such a huge part of people's youth, and it has stuck with them, and they have stuck with Nintendo. All right. You ever gonna do anything, jerk?
Oh, stand your ground. I feel strong.
Yeah, I think I need to change my elite. These fights would be a lot easier if I had changed my elite out. I'll do that. Let's change the elite. I didn't finish Dragon Hunter. Holy crap. No wonder. That's why I don't have it. I never finished Dragon Hunter. I feel shame. My shame is deep and abiding. I called myself a Dragon Hunter when in fact I wasn't. I just wasn't. I'm going to help these people. I'm helping. All right, and now the thing I have been avoiding. It's just such a pain in the ass.
Can they reach us up here?
No. Look at those pathetic little legs.
You guys seem
I doubt they can
trapped.
jump anywhere near this
That's a
height.
shame. Have you considered flying out?
Right this way with its beady little eyes.
I guess they haven't. Charzuka would be impressive, but less functional. I can't believe I hadn't finished. I feel abiding shame. Lasting, deep. Burning. Aching. Throbbing. Wait, that's too much. That's just too much. Search for Balthazar at his war camp. I was wondering why I hadn't used it. It's such a huge crowd control hit for break bars. And now I know the answer. You don't have it yet, dumbass. What? You don't have it yet, you dumbass. Oh. Okay. Yeah, never mind. That one's on me. Haha. Losers. Playing with their minds. Messing with their melons. Did I grab the... I did grab the waypoint at the Temple of Cormyr. That's good. Alright. I do not like this instance. I do not like it, Sam I Am. I think it is poorly designed. At least if you're solo. I've done it with a friend once or twice. And it is just... It makes sense. Oh, fine here.
I feel strong.
He feared me. What? I fear no robot machine thing.
Stand your ground.
Not much farther now. The way station is just ahead.
There.
Can't wait to wade.
I hope he learned his lesson.
Haven't felt clean in weeks.
Of course I got this. I'm a professional.
I can see the tents of the settlement. We're almost there.
Depending on how you choose to define professional, I am a professional. Kinda. I mean, theoretically, I people subscribe to this on Twitch, or I get, you know, ad revenue from YouTube. So theoretically, I'm being paid for this. Theoretically, that makes me professional. Granted, I don't act like a professional. Unless my profession is dumbass. I hate this mission. I hate it so much. No, I'm not playing Core Guard. I'm playing an almost finished Dragon Hunter. I had forgotten that I hadn't finished Dragon Hunter quite. So I need another, what, 25? 40. I need another 40 points because I started spending points on Fireburn because I was profligate with my points and did not check and see if I had actually finished Dragon Hunter. So I'm mostly Dragon Hunter. But I have the most important things. I have a bow, and I have Procession of Blades.
I think he's wilting.
Note, Procession of Blades. Do we need much more? Really?
I'm told this is the main forged camp in the region. It has an extremely heavy troop presence.
Then I say we charge in and take them out before they know what hit them. Fast and fierce.
Or, given that we'll be staggeringly outnumbered, I suggest we use finesse to engage a few at a time.
What do you think, Chauncey?
Okay, follow my lead.
Chauncey, do you agree with the big cat or the guy who's a little pussy? I had to go there. I apologize. I'm very sorry. It was sitting there, and I had no reasonable way of saying no to that joke. I'm not proud of it. Still, it was pretty snappy. All right, well, that's one of them dead. And that one, missed me. And all I can say about these guys is at least they're not Mordrum snipers.
Gate's clear. Time to rush them and crush them.
They'll likely have sentries posted inside.
Sadly, it can be difficult for a solo player to stop the sentries.
All right, Canuck, go ahead. We'll cover you.
That's my problem with this, is it has sentries as a function, but it's very difficult for a solo player to stop the sentries, in my experience, and not get additional pulls and things to go.
Gates open.
Poorly. Oh, there's a forged sentry, so...
We've been spotted. If that sentry reaches the alarm, we'll be swarmed.
Okay, got him.
Sentry's down.
That one was fine. Problem is, it doesn't stay fine. I feel strong. I am invincible. I am woman. Okay, now that is a song from long ago, except it was sung by an actual woman, not by an old guy. See, now all of a sudden we're attacked. Everywhere we go, we're getting attacked by another pair of mobs. Oh, and he jumped out of the range, and I'm lit up by the sharpshooters, and this is just... One thing I like to play at a pace which I charitably describe as deliberate, which just means slow, but in polite terms. And this sort of setup does not allow for deliberate gameplay. And so I find it very, very irritating and not fun. Constantly running into additional mobs and never getting a chance to take a breath is just not fun for me.
Stand your ground.
The unfunctioning, well, it's not happening yet, but we're definitely in the vicinity. And we've got another, there's the sentry again.
Take them out. You stop that sentry.
Yes, I stopped the sentry. Barely. But if I hadn't seen him in time, he'd have set the alarm. I'd be fighting more mobs. No, I've managed to not unfunction yet, but I would say that it's probably coming. I don't even know. Am I supposed to be able to do something with that? I think that's just to tell me where the watch alarm guy has to get to actually set off the alarm function.
Armored up. Well, wasn't fast enough.
No, you wasn't fast enough. So again, I'm looking around, seeing if we've got another alarm guy. I don't see one. I feel strong. Let's say hello. Oh, there's one behind. How did there get to be two of them behind us? I have no...
You lose.
I hate the hookheads for the same reason I hated the damn Mordrum snipers. Basically, all they are is portable Mordrum snipers.
All clear out here.
No unfunctioning yet.
No telling what's on the other side of this gate.
Only one way to find out.
There's a really big goddamn robot on the other side of the gate.
Don't you ever just engage an enemy?
100 messages today. Thank you guys again. The chat helps. I think I'm a more entertaining streamer and a better streamer, and the stream is more enjoyable when I've got a lively chat.
How dare you misbelievers interfere in our work?
Wait, I'm a misbeliever?
Before Balthazar.
I've been called an unbeliever. Wait, I'm a misbeliever? Am I also a malbeliever and a disbeliever? Does this make me an unbeliever as well? This guy has heard my spiel.
That's one officer down. This is the main camp. There's got to be other officers inside. Let's go get them.
With any luck, we might even get a look at this so-called god.
If he's not here, we should let him know we stopped by. Leave no forged officers standing.
Fast and fierce.
Yeah, what the plant said.
That's not nice. Okay, we got a forged sentry there.
That sentry's been alerted. Get them. Got that sentry in time. Strong. Kill shot.
And there's one of the officers. He just went flying by. And there he goes flying away. Where's my two friends? Oh, good. They're aggroing the entire camp. Well, that's one out of, looks like 3 officers.
Stand your ground.
Oh, I'm in deep trouble here. My idiot friends who are continuing to aggro more unfriendly friends. Thank you, Ritlock, finally.
Kill them all. Oh, that had to hurt. Strong.
Thanks, Ritlock, for aggroing this guy and then running off. Yeah, Ritlock is totally Leroying. Give me a second to get my health back, boys, before you... Thanks, Ritlock. Alright, guys, let's get this next officer, please. Thank you. Can we? Oh, he's pathing back the other way. These guys have really unpleasant attacks.
Yes. Stand your ground.
And we got him. All right. And this sharpshooter is woken up. got a forged sentry over there. I would like to get him. So I'm going to wait for... the cooldowns are in pretty good shape. Let's get him.
The sentry's going for the alarm. Take them out. Okay, sentry's down.
Am I really not going to get an alarm? This would be the first time I think I've ever done it without getting an alarm sounded. We need one more officer, maybe two. Probably two. Looks like two. Oh my god, he...
You can't escape!
Strong kill shot.
Oh, this is bad. I hate these attacks. Thanks, Ritlock. Nice to know you're doing absolutely nothing while that thing is firing off a dozen small thermonuclear devices behind me, and every time I leap in, they run away.
Kill them all.
Alright, get my life total back again, please. Thank you. And we've got another sentry down there. And there's the officer.
The sentry's going for the alarm.
And there's the
Take them
sentry.
out.
I'm going to try to stop him if I can.
You stopped that sentry.
I sure did. I think that means I stopped all the sentries. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever managed that.
Armored up.
This is the last officer. It's just such an uncomfortable series of fights is the problem.
What is that thing? There in the central hub.
Now we have to fight the forged Bastion. Who's big and ugly and unfortunate. Everything else appears to be scampering away. Yay. Oh, great. Just what we needed. I thought everybody had scampered away, but I was wrong.
I feel you lose.
And we got feared. This fight is just such awfulness. The last thing it needs is ads. Especially these ranged ads standing off 150 yards away. I'm going to pull more of them, aren't I? Yeah, what's not me pulling more of them? They're just coming on their own. I take it back. This design is even worse.
I feel
It's the kind of designs like this that make me swear at the game, and in the past have made me rage quit for periods of time. It's not fun. It's not challenging. It's unnecessarily punitive. Constant knockbacks instead. And it just absolutely drives me crazy. Because they add nothing. Except frustration. And mind you, I'm popping my stabilities as often as I can. Otherwise things would be much worse.
Stand your ground.
And I'm feared again. I've said it before, I will continue to say it. Story content should not be this difficult. They should have additional offerings of various difficulties that give better rewards, but the story difficulty, I'm a much, much better player than I used to be, by far. I'm not good, but I'm way better than I used to be. But imagine you're a new player getting to this nonsense. What is your opinion? Is this worth putting up with? I couldn't blame a player who rage quit and never came back to the game after this. It's just bad design. It genuinely is. I am going to die here at the last bit. Why? 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 I'm serious. Why would you build something that's like this in a game that has an enormously large casual component player base? Because there's nothing casual about this.
Stand your ground.
And stay down. Balthazar's tin soldiers are getting bigger.
I just don't understand the thought process.
Worse from Iron Legion
A lot of people say this game is a casual game.
You can tell them that in person,
really?
Tribune.
Tell them to play that
find
bullshit.
it first.
Never seen a Guardian get tossed around so much.
Camp's
And
clear,
I have
but no
2
sign of Balthazar or
stabilities
his herald.
running.
The so-called god of war seems to be better at hiding than fighting.
Careful. Graveyards are full of soldiers who underestimated their enemies.
We should
So that's my problem, is that most of the game is very casual friendly.
Right up this
But
hill.
then you hit instances like this, where your average MMO player who's, made his way through the core game, managed to survive a lot of bad fights through Heart of Thorns that are, equally difficult, and they get to this, at some point, they're just going to say, this is not worth my time. That's what I don't understand, is we get all of these things in the game that are completely casual friendly. And then you get some instances like this. I just don't get it. I do not understand why. I don't understand the why behind an instance like this. Mind you, I got killed once. But in the past, I would have had to death march this. Possibly dozens of deaths. Because I wasn't a very good player. And yet I was probably still an above average player. What do you think your average player does to that?
I don't believe I've ever been inside a human temple before.
You'll be fine. Just don't
Ellie
spit
gonna
on
get
the floor,
murdered, well.
blow out any candles, or let anyone hand you a pamphlet.
That's possible.
Just trust me on this.
There's a reason why my initial main in the game was my Ellie. Lens by the name. I have not done any raiding.
Cormier, I asked that you
closest I've come was strike mission,
Sorry, Kaz. I didn't mean to interrupt your prayers.
which you had to do at the time
It's
to
okay.
get
She
the
will
turtle
understand.
mount.
I hesitate to ask, but what happened at the Forged camp?
No
I mean, I've done some of the big, you know, end
I
game
hope
stuff.
You might come back to Amnoon with us to speak with Chief Counselor
You know, the
Imam.
big zone-wide
Commander,
events
I
that
regret
are
the
very
intrusion, but I
challenging.
must
So
speak with
stuff
you.
like
Who are
convergences.
you? And how do you know who I am?
I know more about you than just your title, but please, we should speak in a more
You know,
private
failable content. I have done failable content. And generally speaking, depending on which character I'm playing, my DPS numbers are above average.
Okay, you have my attention.
In some cases, significantly above average.
I am Keto, and I believe I can help you. You're looking for Vlast, the crystal dragon being hunted by Balthazar, yes?
How do you know what I'm looking?
You know, I've done like 30 or 40 man.
The Order of Shadows has eyes and ears throughout the Crystal Desert, and you haven't exactly
The fight between Jormag and Primordus. I can't remember the name.
Order
I've
of
done that
Shadows.
instance
I
and
know the
have
Order of
occasionally topped the DPS charts
We
on
share
one of the
history,
two bosses,
but
on
deep
either Ritlock
disagreements about our goals and
or,
methods tore
sorry,
the original
Ryland
Order
or
apart.
Bram. Tried them once, can't remember which raid it was, but you couldn't even get past the first boss. Well, it... Oh, goody. It's her again. I thought I was done with this nonsense. I was not. I had forgotten that we have a fight with her at the end of this instance because this instance hasn't been miserable enough already. I had completely erased that from my memory. We have to follow her
This thing
around
targets civilians.
and gain to where,
Got to
get
protect
ahead of
these
her and yell at the civilians to run. No, 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 no.
Over here.
Oh, they did a great job of not running out of her range. Oh, I guess they did. They didn't. The drawing there, the
Kill them all.
the badness zone.
Move. Run to me.
Okay, they're left standing in. Yeah, that killed one of them.
Strong. Kill them all. Move. Run to me.
I don't remember her staying in one place like that and killing those people. I know that I've never managed to save all the people because it's not actually clear as to where you're supposed to be getting them to or out of. Now she's running.
This way. Hurry.
All right, that time I got them all. Yay me. Oh no, wait till you see the final fight. The final fight is
I won't let you touch them.
is an insult to anyone who plays melee characters. I'll just put it that way. That is another issue I have with some of the instance design. Some of the instance design is just murderous if you're playing a melee class. It's just ridiculous.
discretion.
Oh, look! Look at it!
This way, hurry!
Balthazar, by your will, protect me! You dare defy
I just thought I've found so many of the instances. These instances I'm complaining about specifically are just beyond if you are a melee player.
Wait! We have to revive the faithful before the fire gets them.
The Herald can wait.
Fair enough.
Revive the clergy members. Yeah, they were helpful, weren't they? A lot of these instances would be fun if you were playing with a second player.
Power. She's
I wonder how much of the design time and space they spend,
She sees your determination
assuming
to
there's a
protect the
second
innocent
player
as a weakness,
or more.
one she can exploit.
I don't
The
think
path to
they
Balthazar
do,
runs through his herald.
but
We can't give up the
realistically, these things would be
Commander,
fun with a
our
second
goals are aligned.
player.
The Order of Shadows wants to work with you. Meet me at Macaulay Outpost, north of here. I can help you track the Herald from there.
Doopy doo doopy doop doop. I hate that chapter so much.
All done.
If you couldn't tell, in the unlikely event that you're deaf, I hate it so much. I'll transfer and come help you out next time. You think Tarnished Coast is super high pop? Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, but servers don't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is EU or NA.
Pillage.
Literally. That's the only thing that matters. I got a mini Zaishan Warriors, a random drop out of that. I don't have this one. He's really small. He is so small. Just curious to see if it has any... Wow. You know, I'm not that big on minis, and this mini is not very impressive. More impressive will be if I can get 12, 12, 11 for it. I'm dubious that I will get my price, but it's worth more to me than that. Gotta say.
Reports of creatures driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over.
No, if it actually sells, no, not a terrible drop at all. At that point, you could make an argument that if you get something that's worth 9 to 12 gold, you know, an instance like that is not so bad. But the fact that I didn't already have it says that you don't get a drop like that every time. Let's see. Jet engines! I didn't go too non-linear this time. My profanities were relatively limited. Yes, thank you.
Run! Get out of here while you can.
Oh. I didn't really want to start this. I just wanted to move through to the map. I forgot that the door is
Tito, what's going on?
the map.
Blast was here, battling the Branded just outside these walls when the Forge attacked. We overheard one of the Forged say Balthazar himself was on his way to snare the dragon. You there, follow me. I promised the Order of Shadows would help you find Balthazar's Herald, but I trust you'll settle for the god himself.
We need your help getting to Vlast. He may be the secret to
You
stopping
know,
Balthazar.
I don't want to start this.
I'm sorry, but nobody at this post is
I just want to go into the next map. So, seems like there's no way through, right? Aha! Now we'll just go through to the next map and restart that chapter. See? Now we're in a nice, friendly map. And we come back to here and we continue that chapter. Aha! I'm smarter than I look, or sound, or the tests indicate. Alright. Alrighty then. I am going to call it here for the evening, I think. I definitely didn't want to start another chapter. Alright, well, we survived it with just one death with the monster at like 5%, so had I played just a tiny bit better, wouldn't have lessened my complaints by any means, but I'd have felt better about it. But I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. Thank you very much for hanging out. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with more of the continuing adventures of Karaxxus Skrittbane and Chauncey Von Snuffles III. As I continue working my way through the storyline. We've got a bunch more hero points to get, like another 9, I think, on this map. 7 on this map. And that'll allow us to finish out Dragon Hunter, finally. I feel shame. And continue on with Firebrand. So we have another 5 days, right? Let's see. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, and on the 5th day will be the expansion. So, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm trying not to squee. But I am looking forward to the new expansion, the new content. The Warclaw mount, housing, spears, Chanther Wilds. Land spears indeed. For making with the pokies. Or throwies. Or possibly magic light shows, because that happens too sometimes. But that is tomorrow. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to take off. You have a great rest of your Thursday evening? It's Thursday, isn't it? Am I completely confused? I am completely confused, but it is Thursday. A reminder, in about an hour, or possibly 2, I'm not sure, EBM, Engelbert Meow, will be doing her Cursed cosplay. Go watch. Seriously. Back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.